My name is Nancy. I am 37 years old. I work in marketing in the city. I have a good job. I earn good money. My apartment is nice and clean, but I am alone. Every morning, I wake up at 6. I drink my coffee. I check my emails. I go to work. Every evening, I come home. I eat dinner alone. I watch TV, then I go to bed. My life is very organized. Everything has its place. My clothes hang in straight rows. My books stand in perfect lines. But something feels wrong. Something is missing. I call my mother every Sunday. Last Sunday, she asked the same question again. Nancy, when will you find someone? I did not answer. I never know what to say. You are 37 now, she said. Time is passing. I know, Mom. Your father and I worry about you. My mother always worries. She wants me to marry well. She wants me to marry someone rich, someone important, someone who can give me security. I understand her. 5 years ago, I loved someone. His name was David. He broke my heart. After that, I focused on my work. Work is safe. Work does not hurt you. But my mother does not forget. She wants me to try again. Last week, she called me. She sounded excited. Nancy, I met someone perfect for you. Mom, please. His name is Juan. He owns 3 companies. He is very handsome, very successful. I don't know. Just meet him once. Just dinner, please? I said yes. I always say yes to my mother. We met at an expensive restaurant. Juan was waiting for me. My mother was right. He was very handsome. He wore an expensive suit. His watch cost more than my car. Nancy, he said. He smiled. His teeth were perfect and white. Hello, Juan. He pulled out my chair. We sat down. The restaurant was beautiful. Crystal lights hung from the ceiling. Soft music played in the background. Juan ordered wine. He ordered our food. He did not ask me what I wanted. I own 3 companies, he said. One in New York, one in Miami, one in Los Angeles. That's impressive, I said. I work very hard, he said. He looked at his phone. Business never stops. I tried to talk about my job. He did not listen. He talked about his new car. He talked about his vacation house. He talked about his next business deal. His phone rang 4 times during dinner. He answered it every time. Sorry, he said. But he did not look sorry. After dinner, he walked me to my car. Your parents are wonderful people, he said. They want the best for you. Yes, I said. I can give you a good life, Nancy. A comfortable life. He kissed my hand. Then he left. I sat in my car. I did not start the engine. I just sat there. Juan was everything my mother wanted. He was rich. He was successful. He was handsome. My parents would be so happy. But I felt nothing. I felt empty inside. I drove home slowly. The city lights blurred past my window. I thought about my neat, organized life. I thought about Juan's perfect smile. Everything looked right, but nothing felt right. I parked my car. I walked up to my apartment. I opened the door. Everything was clean and quiet. I was still alone. The next Saturday, I went to the farmer's market. I go there every weekend. I buy fresh vegetables and bread. That day, I saw a small wooden table. It was beautiful. The wood was smooth and warm. I touched it gently. "Do you like it?" a voice asked. I turned around. A man stood behind the table. He wore old jeans and a blue shirt. His hands were covered in wood dust. His eyes were kind and brown. "Yes," I said, "it's very beautiful." "I made it myself," he said. He smiled. "My name is Brian." "I'm Nancy." "Nice to meet you, Nancy." He showed me other pieces, small boxes, picture frames, a wooden bowl. Each piece was simple but perfect. "You are very talented," I said. "Thank you." He looked pleased. I love working with wood. I have a small workshop near here. A customer came to buy something. I said goodbye and left. But I thought about Brian all day. His kind eyes, his gentle voice, his honest smile. Juan called me that evening. "Nancy, I have tickets to the opera," he said. "Friday night. I will pick you up at 7. He did not ask if I wanted to go. He just told me the plan. "Okay," I said. "Wear something elegant," he said. Then he hung up. On Monday, flowers arrived at my office. Red roses. Very expensive. The card said, "From Juan." My coworkers were impressed. "Who is Juan?" they asked. "Someone I'm dating," I said. "He must really like you." I put the flowers on my desk. They were beautiful, but they felt cold somehow. Juan took me to the opera on Friday. He wore another expensive suit. I wore a black dress. We sat in the best seats. During the show, Juan checked his phone. The screen lit up his face in the dark theater. People around us looked annoyed. "Juan," I whispered, "please put it away." "Important business," he whispered back. After the opera, we went to dinner. Another expensive restaurant. "I'm thinking about buying another company," Juan said. "In Boston. It's a good investment." "That sounds nice," I said. "I'll need to travel more, but you can come with me sometimes." He did not ask if I wanted to travel. He just assumed. "What about my job?" I asked. "Oh, you could quit. I make enough money for both of us." I felt uncomfortable. My job was important to me. Juan's phone rang again. He answered it. He talked for 10 minutes. I just sat there. This became our pattern. Juan called. Juan planned. I followed. He sent more flowers. He took me to expensive places, but he never asked about my day. He never really listened to me. My mother was happy. "Juan is wonderful," she said. "Don't you think?" "Yes, Mom," I said. But I did not think so. I felt more alone with Juan than when I was by myself. 2 weeks later, I went back to the market. I told myself I needed vegetables, but really, I wanted to see Brian again. He was there. He was talking to an old woman. He laughed at something she said. His laugh was warm and real. He saw me and waved. "Nancy, you came back." "Yes," I said. "I wanted to see your work again." "I'm glad." He showed me a new piece, a small wooden bird. "I finished this yesterday." I held it in my hands. It was perfect. "The morning light in my workshop is beautiful," Brian said. "That's when I do my best work." Everything feels peaceful then. It sounds lovely, I said. Do you like your job? He asked. No one ever asked me that. Not Juan. Not even my parents. I do, I said, but sometimes it's stressful. I understand, Brian said. He really looked at me. He really listened. What do you do? I told him about marketing, about my projects, about my difficult boss. He listened to every word. That sounds challenging, he said, but you seem strong. I think you're good at it. Something warm spread through my chest. It felt like sunshine. We talked for 20 minutes. About work, about the city, about small, simple things. Time passed quickly. I should go, I said finally. Come back next week, Brian said. I'll have new pieces to show you. I will, I said. I walked home slowly. I thought about Brian's kind eyes, his gentle questions, the way he really listened. Juan never listened. Juan never asked about my day, but Brian did. My phone rang. It was Juan. Nancy, tomorrow night, dinner with my business partners. Wear something impressive. Okay, I said quietly. But my mind was still at the market, with the man who made beautiful things from wood, with the man who asked about my day and really cared about the answer. I went to the market every Saturday. I always stopped at Brian's table. Sometimes I bought small things, a wooden spoon, a picture frame, a bowl, but really, I just wanted to talk to him. One day, I asked about his workshop. Can I see it? I asked. His face lit up. Yes, come tomorrow. I'm there all afternoon. The workshop was small. It smelled like fresh wood. Sunlight came through the windows. Tools hung on the walls. Wood pieces lay everywhere. This is my world, Brian said. He looked around with love in his eyes. It's beautiful, I said. And I meant it. He showed me a chair he was making. I work slowly, he said. Each piece takes time, but I want them to be perfect. Why did you choose this work? I asked. Brian sat down. He looked at his hands. I used to work in an office, he said. I made good money, but I was unhappy. One day, I decided to change. I learned woodworking. Now, I make less money, but I'm happy. That was brave, I said. Maybe. Or maybe just necessary. He smiled. What about you, Nancy? Are you happy? No one ever asked me that question. I sat down too. I don't know, I said honestly. I have everything I should want, but something feels missing. I understand, Brian said. He did not judge me. He just listened. We talked for 2 hours. About dreams, about fears, about the lives we wanted. Time passed like water, easy and natural. I started visiting Brian's workshop twice a week. We drank coffee together. We talked about everything. With Brian, I could be myself. I did not need to be perfect. I did not need to pretend. But my other life continued too. Juan started talking about the future. Our future. I think we should move in together, he said one night. What? I was surprised. We had dated for only 2 months. It makes sense, Juan said. I have a big apartment. You can sell yours. But I like my apartment, I said. Mine is better, he said. He did not ask what I wanted. My mother called the next day. Juan told us the news, she said. She sounded so happy. What news? About moving in together. Nancy, this is wonderful. Mom, I haven't decided yet. What is there to decide? He's perfect for you. He's rich. He's successful. Don't throw this chance away. But Mom, your father and I are so proud. Finally, you're making a smart choice. I felt trapped, like walls were closing in around me. Juan took me to parties with his business friends. I wore expensive dresses. I smiled and nodded, but no one asked my opinion. No one cared what I thought. I was just Juan's girlfriend, nothing more. One night, Juan talked about my job again. When we get married, you should quit, he said. I don't want to quit, I said. Why not? You don't need to work. I make enough money. My job is important to me. Juan laughed. It's just marketing, Nancy. It's not that important. His words hurt me, but he did not notice. I thought about Juan at night. I thought about Brian too. I compared them in my head. Juan offered security, money, status, everything my parents wanted, everything society said I should want. But Brian offered something different: kindness, understanding, a real connection, the chance to be myself. Juan was the safe choice, the smart choice, the choice everyone expected. But my heart pulled toward Brian, toward his gentle smile, toward his small workshop filled with sunlight. I felt so confused. I felt guilty too. My parents wanted me to be with Juan. They would be so disappointed if I chose differently. What kind of daughter was I? What kind of person turns away from security? But I also thought, what kind of person ignores her own heart? Then, one day, everything became clear. I had a terrible day at work. My boss yelled at me. A big project failed. I felt awful. I called Juan on my way home. I had a really bad day, I said. My voice shook. Oh, Juan said, just buy yourself something nice. That always helps. I have to go now. Business call. He hung up. I sat in my car. I felt tears on my face. Then I drove to Brian's workshop. I did not plan it. I just went. Brian was working on a table. He looked up and saw my face. Nancy, what's wrong? Bad day, I said. My voice broke. Brian put down his tools. He pulled up a chair for me. Sit, he said. Tell me. I told him everything. About my boss. About the failed project. About feeling like a failure. Brian listened. He did not interrupt. He did not check his phone. He just listened. When I finished, he said, wait here. He went to a small kitchen area. He made tea. He brought it to me in a beautiful wooden cup. You made this? I asked. Last month, he said. The wood is cherry. It's warm to hold. He was right. The cup felt warm and smooth in my hands. You're not a failure, Nancy, Brian said gently. One bad day does not define you. You're smart and strong. Tomorrow will be better. He sat with me. He did not try to fix everything. He did not offer easy answers. He just stayed with me. His presence was enough. After an hour, I felt better. The tea helped, but Brian's kindness helped more. Thank you, I said. Anytime, Brian said. He meant it. I drove home that night thinking about the difference. Juan told me to buy something. Brian made me tea and listened. Juan did not have time for my pain. Brian made time. Juan offered money. Brian offered his heart. I knew then. I knew what I had to do. My heart already made the choice, but my mind was still afraid. Juan called me on Friday evening. Nancy, come to dinner tomorrow night. I have a surprise. What surprise? I asked. You'll see. He sounded excited. I felt nervous. I had a bad feeling. The next evening, Juan picked me up. He took me to the most expensive restaurant in the city. He wore his best suit. He looked perfect. We sat at a table by the window. The city lights sparkled below us. Juan ordered champagne. He held my hand across the table. Nancy, we've been together for 3 months now, he said. I nodded. My heart beat fast. I think we're ready for the next step. He reached into his pocket. No, please, no. He pulled out a small box. He opened it. A huge diamond ring sat inside. Marry me, Nancy. Everyone in the restaurant turned to look. They smiled. They waited. I could not breathe. I could not speak. Juan, I say yes, he said. He smiled, but his eyes were hard. Your parents will be so happy. I need time, I said quietly. His smile disappeared. Time? Why do you need time? This is very sudden. Sudden? Juan looked angry now. I'm offering you everything. A good life, security, status. What more do you want? I want love, I said. Love? Juan laughed. A cold laugh. Love is not enough, Nancy. Love does not pay bills. Love does not give you a good life. People were still watching us. I felt their eyes on me. I'm sorry, I said. I can't. I stood up. I left the ring on the table. I walked out of the restaurant. Juan followed me outside. Nancy, stop. I stopped. I turned around. Where are you going? He asked. Home. Is there someone else? His voice was sharp now. I did not answer. There is, isn't there? Juan stepped closer. Who is he? Does he have money? Can he give you what I can? He gives me something more important, I said. What? What is more important than security, kindness, respect, real love? Juan's face turned red. You're making a huge mistake, Nancy. You're throwing away your future. For what? Some poor man who can't even take care of you? He takes care of my heart, I said. And that's what matters. I called a taxi. I left Juan standing there. When I got home, my phone rang. My mother, Nancy, Juan just called us. What did you do? I said, no, Mom. No? Are you crazy? He's perfect. He's not perfect for me. This is about that man, isn't it? That carpenter. My heart stopped. How do you know about Brian? We saw you last week, walking with him, laughing with him. Mom, Nancy, listen to me. That man has nothing, no money, no future. Juan can give you everything. Juan can't give me happiness, I said. Happiness? My mother's voice was sharp. Happiness is not enough. You need security. I need to be myself, Mom. I need someone who sees me, who listens to me, who cares about my feelings. You're being foolish. Maybe, I said. But it's my life. It's my choice. Your father and I are very disappointed. Her words hurt, but I knew what I had to do. I'm sorry, I said, but I have to live my own life. I hung up. I sat in the dark apartment. I felt scared. I felt free. I had burned all my bridges. There was no going back now. The next morning, I went to Brian's workshop. My hands shook. My heart pounded. Brian was sanding a piece of wood. He looked up and smiled. Nancy, I didn't expect you today. Brian, I need to talk to you. He saw my face. He put down his tools. What's wrong? Everything changed, I said. Juan proposed. I said no. My parents are angry. I lost everything. Brian came closer. Why did you say no? Because I don't love him. I took a deep breath. I love you. Brian's eyes went wide. What? I love you, I said again. Tears ran down my face. I love your kindness. I love your gentle heart. I love how you listen to me, how you see me, how you make me feel like myself. Nancy. Brian's voice was soft. I know you don't have money, I said. I know life with you will be hard, but I don't care. I want a real life. I want a life with you. Brian took my hands in his. His hands were rough and warm. I love you too, he said. I've loved you since the first day, but I was afraid. I thought you would choose Juan. I thought I had nothing to offer you. You offer me everything that matters, I said. Brian pulled me close. He held me tight. Life will be difficult, he said. I don't make much money. We'll have to work hard. We'll have to be careful with every dollar. I know, I said, but we'll be together. That's what matters. Are you sure? Brian asked. Really sure? I'm sure, I said. He kissed me then. A gentle, honest kiss. It felt like coming home. We'll face everything together, Brian said. I promise. Together, I said. I felt scared, but I also felt something else. Something I had not felt in years. I felt happy. My mother did not call for 2 weeks. My father did not call either. The silence hurt. I called them many times. They did not answer. Finally, my mother picked up. Mom, please talk to me, I said. What do you want me to say, Nancy? You threw away your future. I chose my happiness. You chose poverty, she said. Her voice was cold. You chose a man with nothing. He's not nothing, Mom. He's everything to me. We cannot support this choice. Your father and I need time. She hung up. I cried for an hour. My friends were not much better. The friends who met Juan could not understand. You said no to Juan? Sarah asked. Are you serious? Yes, I said. But he's rich. He's handsome. He's perfect. He wasn't perfect for me. Sarah shook her head. I don't understand you, Nancy. Some friends stopped calling. They thought I was crazy. They thought I made a terrible mistake. It hurt. But I did not change my mind. Brian and I moved in together. We found a small apartment. It was not fancy. The paint was old. The floors creaked. But it was ours. My old apartment had been bigger, nicer, quieter. But this apartment had something my old one did not have. It had love. We did not have much money. We could not eat at expensive restaurants. We could not buy expensive things. But we learned to cook together. Brian made pasta. I made soup. We laughed when we burned the bread. We celebrated when the food tasted good. We fixed things ourselves. The kitchen sink broke. Brian fixed it. A chair leg broke. We fixed it together. Every evening, we sat on our small couch. We talked about our days. We made plans. We dreamed together. Brian worked in his workshop. I went to my job. We both worked hard. But we were happy. Really happy. One night, I told Brian, I don't miss my old life. Not at all? He asked. Not at all, I said. That life was empty. This life is full. He kissed my forehead. I love you, Nancy. I love you too. But life was not always easy. 3 months later, Brian faced a problem. He came home one night. His face looked worried. What's wrong? I asked. The market is closing, he said. They're building new shops. I'll lose my selling space. Oh, no. My heart sank. I don't know what to do, Brian said. That's where I sell most of my work. Without it, I'll make much less money. We sat together on the couch. We were both quiet. Money was already tight. If Brian made less, life would be even harder. We'll figure it out, I said. How? Brian looked so sad. Maybe I should get a regular job again. Go back to an office. No, I said. You love your work. You're good at it. There has to be another way. We talked for hours. We made lists. We thought of ideas. What about online? I asked. Can you sell your work online? Brian looked up. I never thought of that. I work in marketing, I said. I can help you. We can build a website. We can take photos of your work. We can reach more people. Hope appeared on Brian's face. You would do that? Of course, I said. We're a team. We work together every evening. I built a website. Brian made new pieces. I took photos. I wrote descriptions. I used my marketing skills. It was hard work. We stayed up late many nights. We drank a lot of coffee. But slowly, it started to work. People found the website. They liked Brian's work. Orders came in. After 2 months, Brian was selling more online than he ever sold at the market. Nancy, we did it, Brian said. He picked me up and spun me around. I laughed. We did it together. I could never have done this alone, Brian said. You saved my business. You would have done the same for me, I said. Always, Brian said. That challenge made us stronger. We learned we could face anything together. We learned to talk, to plan, to support each other. Money was still tight. Life was still simple. But we had each other. One evening, we sat on our small balcony. We drank cheap wine. We watched the sunset. Are you happy? Brian asked. Very happy, I said. Are you? The happiest I've ever been. He held my hand. His rough, warm hand that made beautiful things. I thought about Juan, about his expensive restaurants, his big apartment, his perfect clothes. I did not miss any of it. This small apartment was better. This simple life was richer. This gentleman beside me was worth more than all of Juan's money. I chose the poor man, but I gained everything that mattered. I gained love. I gained partnership. I gained myself. And that was the richest life of all. 1 year passed. Spring came again. Brian and I painted our apartment together. We chose a warm yellow color. The walls looked bright and happy. His online business grew bigger. Orders came from all over the country. People loved his work. I helped him every day. I answered emails. I updated the website. I packed orders. We worked side by side. My job was still good. But now I had something to come home to. Someone to come home to. We saved money slowly. We bought a small table, then 2 chairs, then a soft rug. Our home grew more comfortable, but the best part was not the furniture. The best part was the laughter, the quiet evenings, the Sunday mornings in bed, the simple joy of being together. I thought about my life before Brian, my neat, empty apartment, my lonely dinners, my organized, cold routine. I had more money then. I had a bigger apartment. I had my parents' approval. But I was not happy. I was not myself. Now I had less money. I had a smaller apartment. My parents were still distant, but I was truly happy. I was finally myself. I looked at Brian every morning, his kind eyes, his gentle smile, his rough, honest hands. I made the right choice. I knew that now. I never regretted it. Not even once. Yes, life was harder. Yes, we counted every dollar. Yes, we worked long hours. But we had love. We had respect. We had partnership. We had each other. That was worth more than all the money in the world. One Saturday afternoon, someone knocked on our door. I opened it. My mother stood there. My father stood beside her. Mom? Dad? My mother looked nervous. Can we come in? Of course. My hands shook. I let them inside. They looked around our small apartment. They saw the yellow walls, the simple furniture, the photos of Brian and me on the shelf. Nancy, My mother stopped. She looked at my father. We came to see how you are, my father said quietly. I'm good, I said. I'm very good. Brian came out of the kitchen. He wiped his hands on a towel. Mom, Dad, this is Brian. Brian shook their hands. Nice to meet you. We all sat down. It was awkward at first. Nobody knew what to say. Then my mother spoke. You look happy, Nancy. I am happy, Mom. I can see that. She looked at Brian. You make my daughter happy? I try my best, Brian said. I love her very much. My father cleared his throat. We were wrong to judge so quickly. I felt tears in my eyes. Thank you, Dad. We still don't fully understand your choice, my mother said. But we see that you're happy. That's what matters. It was not a perfect reconciliation, but it was a start, a small bridge between us. They stayed for tea. We talked carefully, but we talked. That was something. When they left, my mother hugged me. I'm trying, Nancy. That's all I ask, Mom. After they left, Brian held me. I cried happy tears. They came, I said. They finally came. Love finds a way, Brian said. That evening, we sat on our small balcony. We drank tea from Brian's wooden cups. The sun set slowly. The sky turned orange and pink. What are you thinking? Brian asked. I'm thinking about choices, I said. I chose you. I chose this life. I chose love over money. Do you regret it? Brian asked softly. Never, I said. Not for 1 second. I leaned against him. His arm went around my shoulders. True wealth is not in your bank account, I said. It's in your heart. It's in the person beside you. It's in moments like this. You're very wise, Brian said. He smiled. I learned it from you, I said. We sat there as the sun disappeared. The city lights came on below us. The world kept moving, but we were still. We were peaceful. We were together. I chose the poor man, and I found the richest life. Money could not buy this feeling. Money could not buy this peace. Money could not buy this love. I had everything I needed, right here, right now. And that was enough. More than enough. That was everything.